All right, welcome everybody to another edition of Gwynn and Chris Overtime. And after spending some time together, the three of us, we are apart once again. I'm in Orange County, in Anaheim, getting ready for some basketball tonight. Scraby and Tony are down there in San Diego, but we couldn't fit everything into the show today, so glad you joined us. A little bit later in this edition of Overtime, you don't want to miss it. Scraby is going to lose his mind for some reason over something having to do with the Dodgers that he already hasn't lost his mind about earlier on the show. So
it's just the way that the hoity-toity national media is acting like this is.
You got to save it. You got to save it for now,
just
buddy.
save it. Don't get started yet.
Yeah.
Just
we got
stay in the
to
starting.
Yeah, I'm looking at you, Jeff Passan.
Stay in the starting blocks for a moment. I mean, we basically ran it and railed against them for 2 hours on the show. So you can hold off while we start today's Overtime with another great edition. Wrapping up Week 9 of the NFL, Gwynn and Chris, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
It was a good week for the NFL. There's some interesting things that happened.
Some great games for sure. And I thought, number one on the good side, I don't know that, either the coaches would say it was good because coaches never like it when a lot of points are scored. But for fans of football, you could not have had a more crazy finish than the Bears-Cincinnati game yesterday.
Safeties are back deep. Adunze motions left. They're blitzing. It's picked up. Caleb throws. Middle of the field. Loveland catch. Breaks away the 30. Loveland 20. Loveland 10. Loveland end zone. Touchdown Bears. Colston Loveland on a throw by Caleb Williams on the blitz with 17 seconds to go. And the Bears reclaim the lead. 47-42. It's a 58-yard strike to the Michigan rookie.
That was an interesting sound that man made.
You know what? Well, yeah.
I don't want to say what he was doing, but I think that's what he was doing.
He was pretty excited. Is that what you're trying to get to?
Very excited.
Okay. I thought the color guy was just trying to get in there because he couldn't contain himself. And I'll be honest with you, I don't know that call did justice to that play, Tony. That play was so completely unexpected and out of nowhere. And then the Bengals had Loveland tackled and he got away. It just was stunning after everything that just happened before that.
I didn't see the play, but after listening to Jamar Chase and listening to, I think it was Brown, the running back, and their comments after, it was clear that they were quite frustrated with the defense and their performance. And then how hearing that play for the first time only kind of just cements exactly what I heard after that game.
Well, one thing that happened, there's so many things that happened. First of all, the Bengals were behind by 2 touchdowns with 3 minutes to go. And Flacco threw a pick 6. And the guy ran 90 yards back the other way for Chicago to put them up by 3 touchdowns. And then after, for whatever reason, they challenged it and said that the intercepting player was down by contact, which I don't even know how they could make that call. But they took away the – go ahead, Scrape.
Because I agree with you. It was very slight contact, but he was being touched as he was going towards the ground. So, it's not like he was tackled, but as he was going to the ground, his leg hits the ground. Yeah. He was, grazed by the guy. So it really helped the Bengals.
Yeah, I didn't know it was the spirit of the rule. But anyway, so they took that touchdown away. But still, the Bears had the ball up by 2 touchdowns with 3 minutes to go. And they somehow couldn't run out the clock. Flacco throws a touchdown. And then, for the first time in 2 years, they recovered an onside kick, which is almost impossible to do nowadays. Bengals go right down and score again, and now they're winning. And the Bears are completely deflated. They can't believe what's happened. And then Williams throws that touchdown pass. And, I mean, any coach in the history of football, Tony, this is what tackling has become, though, now. You just try to run into the guy and knock him over instead of wrapping him up.
Yeah.
And the guy ran into him, and somehow Loveland kept his balance and then went down the field.
A lot of bad technique on that Bengals defense.
The Bears do a great job of beating themselves, though. They might lead the league in beating themselves.
Almost beating themselves.
Almost
this time.
beating themselves.
They didn't beat themselves this time. This was on their way to being the Commanders game of last year.
Yes,
it sounds
It was.
Yeah, this was going to be in the ugly category until the Bears pulled it out, 47-42. The second good is pretty much anytime Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes get together. And I also think it was good for people like Scraby, who hates Mahomes, and people like me that have been critical of him.
I was going to say, lump yourself in there too, brother.
I just did. I just put myself in. Now, first of all, let's start with Josh Allen. 2 touchdowns passing, 2 touchdowns rushing. The guy's incredible. But on the other side, Mahomes showed me some things in this game, Scraby. I don't know if you'll agree with me. He took some of the hardest hits I've ever seen him take.
He did.
And he got up and kept playing. I didn't see any whining at all.
I didn't see any whining either. I've always known that he's tough. He can take a hit, and he plays through injury. Like the ankle thing from that show Quarterback, when it was basically a broken ankle that he was playing on. Like, he's a tough dude, and he did not complain as much yesterday, if at all.
I just,
go ahead, Tony.
No, I was going to say, I watched that game, and I said it before on the show on Friday. It's like there's just something about the Chiefs that Josh Allen sees that it's just Swiss cheese for him out there. He's throwing the ball. It never fails. A wide receiver is wide open.
Wide open.
Until the playoffs.
I'm talking about not even within 5 yards of the Buffalo receiver, and Josh Allen picks him apart. And when he's not picking him apart, he is basically the new version of Cam Newton. Like, you just can't tackle this dude. He's a huge quarterback, and he proved once again, at least during the regular season, he got Patrick's number.
Yeah, but for like Scraby just said, for some reason, if they meet again in January,
that's why I said
none of those guys will be open.
That's why
for some reason, none of them will be open. But after all of it happened, Mahomes still had one chance on a last chance Hail Mary at the end.
3 to the left, 1 to the right. Here's the snap. Pass rush coming. Mahomes retreating. Heaves it down the field. And it's knocked down and incomplete. And that's the ball game as the Bills escape with a 28-21 victory.
Yeah, be happy now. Be happy now. Because Bills fans, they know what's coming in January. But it was a great performance again by Josh Allen. And they win 28-21. There's so many more things about that game. But we got to get to some other ones. The 49ers have not made the good all year, much to Scraby's dismay.
Yeah.
But you can't overlook Christian McCaffrey any longer. I mean, the guy is just absolutely absurd. He dominates the game, and I got to believe, Tony, that every defense is stacked against him, but it just doesn't matter.
No, he's he truly is one of a kind. Like, you don't see too many running backs that possess the ability to catch the ball out of the backfield, to also be able to run the ball as efficient as he does. He's a do-it-all type of back, and so he's a problem, and he's healthy this year too.
Yeah, so far so good, Scraby, and his Swiss Army knife style carved up the Giants yesterday.
3rd down and goal from the 3-yard line, 4:16 to play in the fourth. Niners already up by 10. Shotgun snap for Mac Jones. Inside handoff, McCaffrey with a nose for the goal line is in for the 49ers touchdown. He gets skinny up the left hash, put his face into the fire, and knocked out a tooth. 33-17. The Niners have a lead in the fourth quarter, and it's a big one. Their first time over 30 this year.
Can I just say, I do not approve of that joke that he made at the end. I don't even know it. He put his head down and he lost a tooth. I don't understand it.
Yeah,
I don't understand it.
Stupid 49er broadcasting.
I mean, the only reason that Greg Papa's not doing it is because he's sick.
He lost a tooth.
He lost it. It was like more like, hey everybody, it's going to be strips up the middle. He lost a tooth.
And I played against him in fantasy, so I lost a game. That guy's incredible.
Sammy Love's team scored like 170 points. There was nothing your team could do, Chris.
It was a nightmare in that one. All right, on to the bad we go, and we start with the Green Bay Packers. I don't understand the Packers. Maybe somebody can explain how their only 2 losses are to the Browns and now the Panthers. They beat everybody else, and they look dominant beating everybody else. But for some reason, they couldn't. Maybe Tucker Kraft is that important. Because as soon as he went out with the injury, their offense was totally stymied, and Carolina ends up winning this game on a field goal.
Fitzgerald hit the game winner against Dallas from 33. Here at Lambeau from 49 for the win. Jansen the snap, Martin the hold, Fitzgerald drives the leg, the kick is up, it is good!
That was
money.
Interesting.
Shouldn't announcers be more surprised if they miss them now?
No, because there's been some kicks missed
I don't
this
think
year.
it's settled in quite yet. We haven't got enough of this superb kicking. We wasn't that long ago. We were all over the kicking and how bad it had been, and so
that's true.
So let's let this marinate a little bit.
49 yards. Carolina's having a much better season than people expected, and Green Bay suffers a rare home loss. So that opened it up for the Lions to take control of the NFC, and they went ahead and put themselves in the bad category with a very, very poor performance against the Vikings. And maybe J.J. McCarthy is all that, because the Vikings look like a whole different team yesterday.
McCarthy out of the shotgun, throws right to the end zone. Caught! Touchdown! A one-handed catch by Justin Jefferson. Way to go, J.J. McCarthy.
Oh, he can't. Oh, he can't do that anymore. I just realized it. He can't say touchdown JJ because there's another JJ. That's why you had to say Justin Jefferson.
My friend Paul Allen trying to get excited. I'll tell you one thing. He didn't do that catch justice because he caught it with one hand, but there was also pass interference. The guy was riding his back practically, and he still caught it. The game turned in the fourth quarter. Lions had a field goal blocked. Minnesota brought it back. That gave them the cushion they needed. I give your guy KOC a lot of credit, Scraby. I know it's about the players, but after the way they looked against the Rams, or the Chargers, 10 days ago, he had to get them back and confident and playing against a good team.
It was hard to imagine seeing them play this well after watching that game, for sure.
Yeah. KOC, he's the coach of the year for the reason, Scraby.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah.
All right, finally in the bad category, the Indianapolis Colts make their first appearance in this spot this year as Daniel Jones ran out of a little magic in Pittsburgh. 5 turnovers for Daniel Jones. And on the other side, Aaron Rodgers had some company in the backfield.
Rodgers under center. Gets a snap, will pitch to Warren to the left. Warren has some room, and Warren races into the end zone for the Pittsburgh Steelers touchdown.
Ooh, it's a snowball effect. I know there's none in the forecast, but right now, the Steelers are cooking right now on this game.
All right, what did the snowball effect have to do with that? Did anybody understand that?
I don't know. We got some interesting announcers today for sure.
Everybody's shooting their shot. It seems like today,
during the Bears thing,
I'm going to tell you guys the ultimate irony of the Steelers right now. Unless you guys beat me to it, Jaden Daniels obviously is going to be out for the season, probably. We'll get into that in a minute. So I need a new fantasy quarterback. Best available right now is Aaron Rodgers, guys.
Scoop him up.
So I'm going to be I'm getting my comeuppance. My karma is getting me on that one, I think.
You're going to have to root for him every week from this point forward.
Chris had a tough fantasy week. He lost Jaden Daniels to a dislocated elbow. You lose Tucker Kraft to a torn ACL.
Yeah, and I gave up 170 points. It was a bad week all the way around.
Burn the tape. Burn the tape.
Well, but you know what I mean, yeah. All right, into the ugly we go. And, look, the Dolphins have long ago salted away this category. They turned away another mistake-filled performance. We talked about it last week, Friday. Yeah, I don't even know if I want to hear that anymore the rest of the season, frankly.
We're banned from pushing the button.
Yeah, it's too bad, but I don't know. They made one trade today, Tony. They obviously, at least have figured out they need to, tear it all down.
Yeah.
But the last 6 weeks could be interesting because Tua Tagovailoa is basically, and Mike McDaniel have been told they have to win, yet the GM has been told to trade all the players.
Right.
So that's a weird thing to do.
Can't do both. Can't win and trade your players. It just doesn't work usually.
I mean, the only person that's really the odd man out is Mike McDaniel because Tua's under contract for a long time.
Yeah, but it's a football contract. You know what I mean? It's going to be.
He's going to get some money, Scraby, but he may not be playing much longer.
I guarantee you there's a team out there that would take Tua in a heartbeat.
I mean, his guarantees are his guarantees. I don't know what that was, but the rest of it, there's always language in it where they can just slide on out of there.
Yeah. Baltimore beat Miami in the latest mishap for Miami, 28-6. And we should give Lamar props. 4 touchdowns, and he destroys the Dolphins. And he's from Miami, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Tony?
Yes, he is.
So he seems to enjoy that quite a bit. Also in the ugly category, we had the Rams over the Saints. And my thing on this, guys, is I'm glad the Saints have won a game. because it doesn't look like they're going to win another one anytime soon.
That's a really, really bad team. And
it is.
I mean, but they started their rookie quarterback, though, this week.
Okay, by the way, his name, he was so unknown. His name was Shao last week. It's Shuck this week.
Oh, it's Shuck.
What is it now?
Shuck.
Which rhymes with what?
Well, everybody was calling him Shao.
He didn't get it.
I know what it rhymes with. He doesn't figure anything out, this guy.
Chris, it rhymes with fuck. We can say that.
Oh, that's right.
YouTube.
We can say that on the overtime.
The look on your
guys'
guys'
like, what are we
doing? You guys just acted like I just said the F word into the live microphone on the air.
Oh, my God.
I 100% thought, oh, my God, this dude has lost his mind.
That was really fun.
I don't even know that the Stafford touchdown makes much sense now. Rams 34, Saints 10. And then the final ugly was, I mean, it's being talked about a lot today, but first Washington gives up 31 points in the first half to Seattle, which is ugly enough. But then Dan Quinn, just for no reason that anyone can think of, keeps Daniels in the game when it's 38-7 with 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, and now he's probably out for the season. Is that Monday morning quarterbacking, or is that just calling a guy not very smart?
No, I don't know that it's Monday night quarterbacking, but I will say this, and I said it earlier. I think the idea behind it is that Jaden Daniels has not got a lot of in-game reps but it's also because he's been hurt, and so and that offense, if we're being honest, from week 1 has not looked like it looked at any point last year. So I can understand why he kept him in, but it's a huge risk. And the risk is he stays in there and he gets hurt. And that risk came to fruition. And so I don't think it's Monday night quarterbacking, because when you make that decision, you understand that if he gets hurt, you are going to be ridiculed about it the following day. And so I don't think it's Monday morning quarterbacking.
Yeah.
But I do think I understood the logic behind it.
Would it have changed it for you if it was, instead of 38-7, it was 31-7? Would that mean that they were closer to a comeback?
It's still the same risk to me. I mean, you got him in a delay.
You got to say 24 points is 3 8-point touchdowns. It's absurd, but not impossible.
That's true.
38-7 is completely out of the.
And they were about to score. I bet you he does not come in for that next drive.
And why run that play? Like, just either hand it off,
that is weird too.
or let him throw it in the end zone.
Yeah,
at
that
that
is
point.
weird too.
That's the other risk part. Like, okay, if you're going to keep him in, at least call some plays that keep him somewhat protected. But again,
we're going to find out, guys, that Dan Quinn is like me. And he had Jaden Daniels as his fantasy quarterback, and he needed some more points before the end of the game.
I don't know that we need another scandal in major sports at this point. Please, Lord.
Would it be a scandal? I mean, he's not really.
Yes.
It would start there, and then somehow it ended up with some money on the table, and then it would just snowball. So let's just not.
Dan Quinn's $50 league fees would come back to bite him.
All right, that's the good, the bad, and the ugly. Scraby, you're going to have to finish things out now. The Dodgers did win the World Series. I'm up in Anaheim today, so I'm a little closer to it, but they're having their parade today. Most of Los Angeles is pretty excited. You obviously are not.
I am not, and here's the reason, and I'm going to make this quick. Because, like, the Dodgers, they did it. They had to win the World Series this year, 162. They faced a lot of hardship during the year. They spent over $500 million on this team, and Tony just rolled his eyes for the 2025 season. Also, they already recouped their $700 million investment in Shohei Ohtani in one full season last season. So basically, they don't have to pay for anything on Shohei's contract for the rest of his contract because they've already made that money back.
How did they make the money back?
June Lee reported that they made it back through ticket sales, merchandise, and then sponsorships from Japan. So they've already made all that money back. I'm not going to complain about them deferring money. I'm not going to do any of that. I am going
because you've already complained about all that.
Yes, and I've come to accept that all teams can defer money. It's not just the Dodgers.
Even though I was telling you
Here
that
is
from the
my
very
thing.
beginning. I'm glad you finally got there.
Here is my thing. When you buy a championship and you are able to pay $500 million for a team for one season, that there is an issue there because there's only two teams that can do this: the Mets and the Dodgers. And you know what?
Why did the Mets win then?
Because Juan Soto's on the team.
Oh, okay. Because Juan Soto's on the team.
No, they have it's already starting. Kyle Tucker is being predicted to sign with the Dodgers this offseason for some huge contract. Teoscar's already on the team. In the World Series, they came out with. I mean, they just kept throwing the guys out there.
I love
it
how
was
you just
Blake Snell. It was Glasnow. It was Yamamoto.
I love how you're just skipping over the fact that they spent a boatload of money on that bullpen, and not one guy pitched out of it that signed as a free agent in that last game.
That's the low-hanging fruit of the whole conversation.
That's not the low. It just means that all the money didn't work out that well. Mookie Betts, who they paid a whole lot of money, didn't do jack in that series.
Here.
Hold up. Freddie Freeman, who they paid a whole lot of money in that World Series, didn't do jack in that series. But they found a way to win.
I get that.
And wasn't it ironic? Was it not ironic, Scraby, in one last bit of cruel irony, that the winning home run was hit by the only Dodger in the lineup who was homegrown?
Yes. Yes. I didn't realize that until right this moment, but you're angering me even more. And the whole Miguel Rojas thing.
Matter of fact, everybody who contributed to that last game was all the offensive guys were homegrown Dodger guys. Included Mickey Rojas.
Here is another thing. Most teams can't sustain the amount of injuries that this team sustained and continue to throw out these like great players.
That is probably where your best argument lies.
Thank you. Okay, I'm going to focus in on that argument.
Please.
I'm going to focus in on the argument that no other team. Okay, Blake Snell doesn't pitch for, 3/4 of the year.
Let me ask you a question.
It's okay. He'll be fine in the playoffs.
Chris, I want you to get in on this too. How much time we got?
2
About
minutes.
a minute,
2 minutes.
probably, yeah.
Looking back on it, maybe these guys were hurt, and at some point they decided, you know what? You're hurt right now. We'd rather have you down the stretch than to have you during the regular season, right? We'll manage, we'll figure it out, and then when the time matters most, you guys will be available. Isn't that more of a issue for the rules and how that particular part goes in versus it being a money issue, right? I would say there's a better argument to be made that they have found a way to manipulate the IL, and it's not to say that Blake and Glasnow weren't hurt, but it's hard not to think that they couldn't have slow played this in a way that allowed those guys, basically to pitch a half a season. Which I think these guys are, especially these caliber guys, are more than.
I don't think that other teams have the luxury of just being like that. That's the thing, is that they don't. Other teams lose a starter like a Blake Snell. It's going to cripple their rotation.
Did they have?
That's not true. The Padres lost Michael King most of the year, and they still made the playoffs.
As a matter of fact, I was just getting ready to make the point.
But is Michael King Blake Snell? No.
They almost turned around. Why not? He's a Cy Young runner-up as well. That's same type of pitcher. Here's the other thing.
I'm getting angry instead of going with the actual argument.
To Chris's point, right? I forgot what I was going to say.
Chris's point.
Yeah, no, he made the point that the
Padres still won the the playoffs.
Padres still made the playoffs without Michael King.
I lost it. Sorry.
All right, well that's it. I don't feel good about how I performed in this little Dodger portion of the proceedings.
It's just a repeat of what was happening during the 2 hours.
It just
of the
is
show.
very, very annoying when Dodger fans tell me, "Oh, built not bought, built not bought."
Who is sending
Dodgers
you that
fans.
message? They send it to you.
No, they're not sending it to me. I just see it out there.
I don't think.
Oh, Padres fans, why don't you concern yourselves with building a team instead of buying a team?
I don't think anybody's saying that. I really don't.
It really.
We got to go, everybody.
It really bothered me.
Thanks for watching Overtime.
It really bothered me.